Hey Beauty, in this episode I talk about a very, very important subject, detoxing. This is something that I didn't always believe in, but you will hear a little bit about what I did to detox, what I think about it now, certain things that you can do to help your body detox. I wanted to remind you again that I'm about to have my book published. So if you're interested in helping me launch my book by writing a review on Amazon or by sharing it with friends and family, go to herholistichealing.com/book. I changed the title at the last minute, so I should probably go and fix the title on that page, but I changed the title, I fixed the description. I'm currently working on the cover. I don't know if I like the cover that I have now, so I'm kind of on the right track. But anyway, if you're interested in the book, go to the website. I will give you a free copy if you want to help me launch it. Just a little bit about the book. As I've gone on my health journey, as God has taught me new things, I really feel like vibrant health has so much to do with our mindset. It has a lot to do with what we believe about God, what we believe about the Bible. It has a lot to do with our health beliefs in general. So I changed the title to Discover God's Health Wisdom, Exposing 8 Common Myths That Keep You Sick. So this book will help you change basically your mindset, change your beliefs about health. Once you change those beliefs about health, your healing, I believe, will happen so much faster. So I think that this book is super important for you if you want to know what the Bible says about health. It is not a how-to book, but it will ultimately help you. It will ultimately encourage you to turn to God, who is the ultimate healer. Also, I want to say, while I was recording this episode, we have a thunderstorm over here, so you might hear some rain in the background. But after listening to it, it's not that loud. I don't know, I kind of like the sound of rain anyway. But I just wanted to mention that. With all that being said, let's get into the show. Welcome to Her Holistic Healing. Do you want more energy and less anxiety so that you can do all the things? Are you searching for meal ideas, essential oils, and other holistic treatments? Do you wish you could know which direction to take with your health so that you could finally feel better? Hey, I'm Alexandra. I love Jesus. I'm a wife, mom of 3, and registered nurse with years of experience in clinical research. I also wanted more energy so that I could have more fun and keep up with my growing child. I too was confused about all the different diet and treatment options. I too wanted to wake up every day and feel good, but I felt anxious because I couldn't solve the mystery of my health. Until God showed me that He is the source of true healing. In this podcast, you will learn holistic treatments and Bible truths that will lead you to the peace, joy, and freedom that you have been hoping for. So what do you say we take a break from the mind-numbing humdrum busyness? Let's rest and let God be our healer and helper. A few years ago, I was helping a friend move, and I was talking to one of the other people that was at my friend's house. She said that she was going through a detox or a cleanse with her husband, and I told her that I don't really believe in detoxes. I don't really believe in cleansing. I can't believe I said that back then. I feel like I was just really closed-minded. About a year after that, I did my own cleanse, which I'll talk about later, and it was so powerful for my health. So that's what I want to get into today. I want to talk about toxins in our body that can cause sickness. So I try to think of a good analogy here. Maybe one day I'll come up with a really good one, but for right now I could only think of a garbage can. Okay, so bear with me. So if you think of a garbage can in your kitchen, okay, think about when you first buy the garbage can, it's new, and then after about a week you start throwing garbage in there. After about a week or maybe sooner, you would take the bag out of the garbage can and throw it away, right? Well, what if instead of taking the whole bag out of the garbage can, you just scooped a little bit of the garbage out of the garbage can, or maybe just took out 3/4 of the garbage from the garbage can. And then the next week you did the same thing. You took 3/4 out. And then maybe the next week you took 1/2 out. Or maybe the next week you were lazy, you just scooped a little bit out. What would happen inside that garbage can? It would be absolutely disgusting, right? It would smell. There would be bacteria growing. You would eventually grow just really repulsive, disgusting things in there. So if you think about your gastrointestinal system, or just think of your whole body as a garbage can, think about what happens when you fill your body with junk food or toxins from pesticides. Our foods have antibiotics in them, steroids. And then we're also filling our bodies with foods that are not even real foods. They're just chemicals. They're just things that I believe that we should never be eating. But if you've been listening to my podcast, you know that I'm not legalistic as much anymore about what I eat. It's hard in the US to find, quote, clean foods. So I'm not saying that to start being just super legalistic about what you eat. But what I'm trying to say is when your body is filled with all this junk, and you're not releasing the toxins on a regular basis, think about what happens inside your gut. The same thing happens inside our bodies. The bacteria grows and it smells really bad. There's really disgusting things inside of our guts, right? So what the body is supposed to do, the body was designed to release toxins through our stool, through our urine, and our sweat. Those are some of the major ways that toxins are released, right? But the problem is that some of us have genetic mutations, which are really common, that prevent us from detoxing as well as other people. Stress is very hard on the body. That can cause us to be constipated, lead to so many other health issues. A lot of us are not eating enough fiber. Perhaps we have hormonal imbalances. If we're not moving our bodies on a regular basis, if we're not working out helps our bowels to move. That can also help release the toxins. If we're wearing antiperspirant, we're not letting our underarms sweat out those toxins, which is why I recommend natural deodorants instead of antiperspirants. Basically, many of us are not detoxing the way that our body was designed to detox. If we go back throughout in history, I was listening to this podcast where she was saying that before all the processed foods and just the lifestyle that we had today, people used to have multiple bowel movements a day and they were a lot bigger. But many of us have problems with constipation. We are not detoxing, so we're just carrying these toxins in our gut. A lot of people say that you should be having a bowel movement at least every day. If you're trying to detox, you should go twice a day or at least every other day. Some people say that you should be going 4 times a day. Whatever that number is, I'm just trying to get the point across that many of us are not getting rid of toxins the way that we should be. Unfortunately, back in nursing school, I don't know if they're still teaching this, but they taught us that if you're used to going once a week, then that's okay. To me, knowing what I know now, that does not make any sense to me. My grandparents were physicians when they were alive, and they used to tell their kids that they should be having a bowel movement every day. I think that advice is a lot wiser. So let's talk about some ways you can help the body detox. You can help the body kill some of this bacteria and also help the body expel the toxins more regularly. Well, you can drink more water. I really recommend drinking water that's been filtered. In my house, we have a built-in filtration system. I don't like to drink water out of plastic bottles because the plastic can leach into the water, and so we don't want to be drinking plastic, although sometimes that can't be prevented. So drinking water will help. Onions are also great. Onions actually kill bacteria. If you bite into an onion and just started eating a raw onion, think about how your taste buds probably wouldn't tolerate it that well. In the same way, your bacteria doesn't tolerate things like onions well. So onions are a great way to help your body detox, especially raw onions, but you can also, throw onions into your soup, put them in your sandwich. Onions are a great way to detox. Garlic is another food that can kill bad germs in the gut. Raw garlic actually has antiviral properties, so sometimes what I will do is when I make soups, I just cut up some garlic. I don't even cook the garlic, and I just throw the raw garlic in the soup. I'm sure cooked garlic also has its benefits, so you can also cook the garlic. Apple cider vinegar is another bacteria killer. I buy organic apple cider vinegar with the mother, it's what it's called. It's unpasteurized. Bragg's is a really good brand. That's B as in boy, RAGGS. So that's a great way to kill bacteria. Take apple cider vinegar. You can just follow the directions on the bottle. Coconut oil is another great oil that can help fight fungus and other infections. It's just a wonderful superfood. It's great for your skin. It has many, many benefits. Another way you can detox is that you can cut out sugar. You could do it if you're used to eating a lot of sugar. You could start by doing it for a day, or you could start for a week, you could start for a month. The sugar is not good for your gut because bacteria likes the sugar. So when you're eating the sugar, you're also feeding the bacteria in your gut. So if you cut back on the sugar, this will help your body get rid of some of those germs because you won't be feeding those germs as much anymore. You could also go on a Daniel fast. So the Daniel fast cuts out a lot of the quote bad foods. So if you go on a Daniel fast maybe for a week or a month, however long you feel like you should go on it, that will also help because once again, if you're filling your body with vegetables and fruits, all these great vitamins and minerals, and you're cutting out the bad stuff, the bad bacteria in your gut will start to die off. So that will help you detox as well. You could go on a paleo diet and cut out processed foods. You could try the Maker's Diet. Great book written by Jordan Rubin. I want to say if you've never changed your diet suddenly, if you've never done a sugar fast or anything, I want to warn you of this. It's called the Herxheimer reaction or die-off. I'm going to read to you a little bit from Amy Meyer's website. She wrote a really good book that I recommend called The Autoimmune Solution. If you have autoimmune diseases, it's a really good book. So die-off or Herxheimer reaction, this is when microorganisms in the body such as fungi, yeasts, and bacteria are destroyed. They rapidly begin releasing harmful substances called endotoxins into your bloodstream. Your immune system responds to the sudden flood of endotoxins by triggering an acute immune response resulting in inflammation that can be experienced throughout the body. This can lead to worsening die-off symptoms as well as development of new ones. So this is actually what happened to me when I was having really bad skin issues. I drastically changed my diet. I cut out all the sugar, all the bad stuff, and all of a sudden I had this horrible brain fog. My skin actually got worse. This all happened because the bacteria, the yeast, the fungus, and all that, it started dying, and like I just read to you, it releases endotoxins into the bloodstream. So I changed my diet all on my own, and then I was left with a Herxheimer reaction. It just wouldn't go away for a while. And as I read further into this article, I'll put a link in the show notes. This can happen if you have MTHFR mutation, which my functional medicine practitioner said I probably have, or it could occur if you have a whole lot of toxins in your body and they're all being released into your bloodstream. This is what can happen. So what I ultimately ended up doing was, after I had changed my diet, I discovered this cleanse, and then this cleanse helped my body to get rid of all those toxins. And then after the cleanse, I just felt my brain was so much clearer because the brain fog was gone. I just had a lot of energy, and it was really wonderful. So that's why, actually, after doing that cleanse, I apologized to my friend and said that, like, you were right, detoxes and cleanses are really valuable for the body. So I wanted to mention this Herxheimer reaction because if you haven't done a cleanse, or if you haven't drastically changed your diet, this is something that could happen. And I should have said this at the beginning of the episode, but obviously I'm not your nurse. I do have a nursing license, but I'm not your nurse. I'm not your medical professional. Like I always tell you, pray about everything before you make a decision about your health. If you think it's wise, go see a functional medicine practitioner or some kind of practitioner that can help you detox. But even if you don't make a drastic change to your diet, even if you don't go through a major cleanse or detox, I just wanted you to think about this, because if your gut is full of toxins, your body is worn down with all the germs, all the bacteria, all the yeast, everything just living in your gut. If you focused on eating foods, spices that will help your body to kill those germs, and if you regularly have bowel movements, that can help significantly if you're dealing with an autoimmune disorder, if you have cancer, or basically anything. If you can reduce the toxic load on your body, you will have more energy. You will feel better. Your body will not have to expend that extra effort to try to kill off all the stuff in your gut. Your immune system and all your other organs can work better when there aren't so many toxins in your body. So you'll feel better. Your diseases will start to go away. If we go back to the analogy with the garbage can, which I don't know if that analogy works for you or not, think about it. Like I said, if you keep throwing garbage in your garbage can and you only take maybe 3/4 of the garbage out, your garbage will smell horribly. There will be repulsive things growing in your garbage can. In the same way, if you just let your body sit with all these toxins, it will affect your whole body, because every part of the body is connected to another part. We could go into things like leaky gut syndrome, which some people don't believe in, but the point is that it's really very simple. If you like I said, if you think about the garbage can, you leave a lot of toxins in there, it's going to be just really super disgusting. It's the same thing with our guts, right? So if you were just to focus on these two things, putting good foods to your body that kill the bad stuff, and then also releasing the bad stuff, that could be a game changer for your health, right? And it's really that simple. Put good stuff in your body that kills the germs, the things like I mentioned, or spices. There's so many things out there, essential oils, pure essential oils that can kill germs. If you focus on putting good things in your system that can kill the bad stuff, and also expelling the bad stuff on a regular basis, your health could change drastically in a very short period of time. I'm so glad that you took the time to listen today. If you liked what you heard, will you leave me a review on Apple Podcasts so that this show can reach more people? And if you want to connect with me, go to herholistichealing.com. Matthew 11, verses 28 through 30. Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls.
For you, it's easy and my burden is light.